Good morning, folks. We're going to finish up the Prelude today, the Ponce Prelude number 1. Only 5 more to go, right? Anyway, this one, I think you're going to find the last few parts of this are going to be very, very easy. We're starting in line 5, measure 3. Don't be discouraged. This is a hard piece. I think Segovia once said it takes 6 months before a piece of music is ready for a concert. So, keep working on it. In a month's time, you'll be amazed at how smooth things will get. It does take a lot of practice, and this is not for the, the people who aren't practicing. Obviously, you already know that. So here we go. We're going to take it really slowly, measure by measure. Here we go. All right. First of all, the third measure of the 5th line starts just like the first measure of the first line. So we got this bar, so I'm not going to spend much time on this because we've already done it. Now here's the new stuff. So the new stuff in the next to last line, second measure, we got our bar like we always started. Now we have a C sharp and a B. Then we're going to shift our third finger to the A, drop our little finger on the F sharp. Here we go. And as we're going to play those 2 notes, drop our second finger on F sharp and our first finger on G while we hold the F sharp from the previous measure. So let me kind of knock those 2 parts together. So you got, and then we're going to go to F sharp and A. Here, big stretch and a bar. F sharp and C here. This under the bar. F sharp and E. Then we're going to shift to 4th position to get to the D. Second finger, F sharp, and hammer on pull off. And then we're going to do a stretch here. E with our 4th finger, F sharp with our first finger. Then just D and A. And then we're going to go down to the C sharp. And we're in the beginning of the last line. And then play B and D. Shift. Then we have a C sharp with our 3rd finger and open D. A little dissonance. B and an F sharp. Back down to 2nd. F sharp, second again, shift, F sharp in our first finger, then we have this little, let me try that again. I'll try to go through it slowly without too much talk. So we got and again, this is just like we did in the beginning. New stuff. Sorry. All right. I hope you guys have fun with this. It's a beautiful piece. Hopefully you agree. It's got some nice, cool dissonance in it. And it is a 100% legitimate repertoire piece. And this was written for Segovia by Ponce. And the fingerings, sometimes you could come up with a lot of different fingerings. And actually, I studied this piece with Dr. Stephen Robinson shortly a million years ago. And he had a different fingerings for some of the parts. I went with the Segovia fingerings, and you know, it's interesting, but I really feel like in a way they're very musical. And I'm not saying that Dr. Robinson's isn't. I'm just saying, to me, I wanted to try the traditional fingering. The weirdest part, and I think some of you guys may have found out, is if you look in measure, or actually line 1, 2, 3, 5, measure 2, it has a D, an F sharp, and a D. And it's telling you to play the D on the 5th string, F sharp, and a D on the 3rd string. Now, if you look at that, there's no way to play the F sharp and the D on the 5th string, you know, unless you do it in 3rd position, which would be here. But they're telling you to play it, that F sharp, up here. So the way I think Parkening does it is he plays an open, and again, we're in the 2nd measure of line 5. He plays an open D, and then he moves up here. That's what I hear, and I listened to the recording about 1,000,000 times just to make sure, and I still could be wrong, but I'm going to go with that fingering because it's telling you to play that D on the 3rd string, the upper D, and so if you were playing the upper D on the 3rd string, the only option would be to play that D open. So you got, but the way they phrase it is a little bit different. All right, have fun with it, and we'll look forward to hearing you play it.